for a long time looking at papers with serious, worried eyes. He stopped telling his grand stories about dragons and knights. When Lily asked him to play, he would just sigh and say, "Not right now, sweetie." The change was a gray cloud that had moved into their sunny home. Lily missed the old dad. She missed his laughter and his silly jokes. She tried to make him happy. One afternoon she drew him a picture. It was a drawing of the two of them at the park, swinging high up to the clouds with a big yellow sun smiling down on them. She used all her brightest crayons. She walked over to him, holding the drawing out with both hands. "Look, Dad," she said softly. He took the paper and looked at it for a long, quiet moment. He tried to smile, but it didn't quite reach his eyes. "It's beautiful, Lilybug," he said, his voice quiet and tired. He taped it to the refrigerator, but then he went back to his chair, and the sadness was still there. The hardest part was the silence. The blanket fort stayed packed away in the closet. The baking supplies sat untouched on the shelf. Even their special evening routine changed. Dad still tucked her in, but he would read the stories quickly, without the funny voices. He seemed distracted, his mind somewhere far away. Lily felt a little bit lonely, even when he was right there in the room with her. She wanted to help, to chase the gray cloud away, but she didn't know how. It was a problem that couldn't be fixed with a bandage or a hug, and that was a scary feeling for a little girl. One evening as he was tucking her in, she saw a tear roll down his cheek. He quickly wiped it away, hoping she hadn't seen. But she had. In that moment, Lily understood that grown-ups could be sad too. They could feel lost and scared, just like kids. She didn't say anything. Instead, she just reached out her small hand and held his big one. She squeezed it tight, trying to pour all her love into that one small gesture. He squeezed back, and for a little while they just sat there in the quiet darkness, holding hands. It wasn't a solution, but it was a connection. A small light in the middle of the sadness. Lily decided she had to do something. If Dad couldn't find his smile, she would have to find it for him. The next morning she woke up very early. She tiptoed to the living room and started to build. She pulled out all the blankets from the closet and draped them over the chairs just like they used to. It was hard work for one small person, but she was determined. She brought her favorite stuffed animals inside to be the brave knights and found the flashlight. When Dad came downstairs rubbing his tired eyes, he stopped in the doorway. There in the middle of the living room was their fort waiting for them. It was a little lopsided, but it was made with love. He looked at the fort, and then he looked at Lily, who was peeking out from the blanket doorway with a hopeful expression. For the first time in a long time, a real smile spread across his face. It started small, but it grew until it reached his eyes, making them crinkle at the corners just like they used to. He crawled inside the fort and sat next to her. "Well, Sir Knight,"